We're doing it on the boat style today, guys. Monster Bass, April 2021. We're going to take a look inside in just 1 second. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Redemption Outdoors. And yes, we are out on the boat today to do a box opening. We're going to take a look at the Monster Bass for April 2021. And as you can see, this is not a box. This is actually a bag. But we're going to take a look inside in 1 second. Before we do, I want to draw your attention to the link up above. That is our 3-minute grab bag giveaway. We do that every Saturday morning. And basically, I reach inside a duffel bag filled with baits and I pull one out at random and we give it away. This week's featured bait is a Spro BBZ Rat 25. I think that's about a $24 bait, guys. That's a premium bait, and you're going to want to get in on this drawing, so make sure you get over there and check out that video. Make sure you're a subscriber and make sure you comment, because any given Saturday it could be you who wins. So get over there and check that out. All right, let's take a look inside this bag. Before we do, let me just caution everybody, and I'll apologize in advance, that we've got, I don't know, 6 or 8 mile an hour wind, and it's causing me all kinds of trouble with audio, and actually it's blowing papers all off the deck and everything. So bear with me. I'm going to do my best to persevere through. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing you notice when we look at this is the new packaging. I'm a big fan of this packaging. I would give it high marks for presentation. I don't know, however, how it is in terms of protecting the contents, since it is just basically a padded envelope. So far, so good, but time will tell, I think. That's a big question mark that I've had all along. But let's go ahead and take a look inside. All right. Right away, you notice, of course, the bag, and this is a reusable zippered pouch. They started doing this a couple months ago. I'm a big fan of these. I like these very much. I will point out this month they have changed the material of the plastic that they're using. This seems to be a much softer, more supple, dare I say that. And so as opposed to last month's bag, which was a stiffer material, this is softer, and I don't know if that means more or less durable. I just don't know. I kind of think the other stiffer material would be more puncture resistant. However, I did note that it seemed like it might be prone to creasing or perhaps even splitting. This might not be so prone to that, but again, it might be prone to puncture. I don't know. So again, time will tell how this will hold up, but I will tell you that I do use these, and you know, for those of you who don't care about the bags, give them away if you don't want them, but I think it's a step ahead of a box that you're going to throw away anyway. So all right, so let's go ahead and take a look inside. I'm just going to go ahead and dump everything out, but I got to hang on to anything that might blow away. All right, so let me get this out of the way. Right away, we notice the sticker. We got the Bass Hick sticker. Adjust my camera here. All right, and then we have the what's inside pamphlet, and this lists everything that's in the bag, MSRP, a few articles, tips, and so forth. All right, let's I'll go in order of my notes. All right, as you can see, I brought my notes with me out on the boat. All right, first thing up, we have Bait Labs Fire Shad. All right, the Fire Shad. This is color on this one is Flamin' Shiner, and this is a 3/8 ounce, 3.5 inch, what they call an elongated crank. Let's go ahead and get it out and give you a look at it. Whoop. So it's kind of a mix between a jerkbait and a crankbait, and so you can kind of fish it the same way you would either one. So if you're going to fish it like a jerkbait, you can throw it out there and twitch it and pause and kind of erratically pull it through the water and say clear cold water. Or let's say you have conditions more favorable to a crank, you can use this in the way that you would, and it's got the rattle chamber in there, weight transfer, so this will cast quite a ways. All right, so that's the Bait Lab Fire Shad, and they list this for $8.49. All right, next item, set this aside, is Catch Outdoors Jack Slap. All right, that's this here. This is a blade bait. Now, I'm a big blade bait guy. I am a big fan of blade baits, especially this time of year. Let's go ahead and open this one up. It is a nickel blade bait made of a tungsten alloy. This is a 1/3 ounce. Very effective multi-species bait. It's got 3D, let me get a look at it, 3D eyes and scaling, and it's got 3 places, and I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can, 3 holes there for your line tie, and it's got the clip, so you can just move this clip to whichever hole you want, and it will change the, you know, the way that this fishes through the water. Probably what I would do is jig it, although you can swim it, and it's very effective at schooling or suspended fish. All right, so that is the Catch Outdoors Jack Slap, going for $7.19. All right, next item is the Strike King 3XD. Again, this is going to be a very good bait for this time of year, on days like today in particular, where the fish are not coming in shallow, they're staying deep. This is a deep diver. It's going to go down 10 to 12 feet. I'm half inclined to tie it on and give it a go, because it's been that kind of day. So it's a little bit smaller body, so it's a little more finessey presentation. However, it is a deep diver, as I mentioned, so it's going to get down to where the fish are hanging out right now. It's got black nickel hooks. The color on this is Sexy Shad. I don't think I mentioned that it's 7/16 ounce and 2 inches in length. All right. So that is the Strike King 3XD, and of course it's Strike King, so you know, what can you say? These things are very, very good quality baits for a decent price. $5.99 on this one. All right, next item, and here we go with a very controversial bait. This is the MONSTERBASS Slick Stick 110. I say controversial because a lot of folks are displeased with the fact that these have been included in the MONSTERBASS subscription bags. For a lot of reasons I won't go into, but just suffice to say that it's been controversial. As I examine the bait, this looks to be pretty decent bait. I like the very flared gills there, the recessed but 3D eyes. It's got the split ring on the line tie there. All right. The hooks on this, I believe, are katana hooks. And it's got a red leading hook, which I am a big fan of, because to me, I think the fish think that's blood. They think that that's an injured bait fish. And I think it promotes more of a, you know, a front strike. Now, the controversy comes in because the list price on this is $12, and I'll go into some detail on that in just a few minutes, but for me, that is the controversy, is that price, $12 for the MONSTERBASS Slick Stick. But the bait itself, I do like it. I think it'll do well. The color on this is Bloodshot, by the way, and it's a 1/2 ounce, 4.3 inch bait. Okay, again, going for $12. All right, next item, flip the page here, is Chase Baits Curly Bait. 4 inch, this is a 5-pack. Let's go ahead and take one out. All right, as you can see, it's got a rib body. I like the eyes on this. It's scented. I'm not going to smell it right now. Yes, I am. You knew I have to. Okay, that's mild. I can smell it, but it's mild. It's salted, so that they say that provides for a very balanced bait. I don't know exactly what that means. I assume that in terms of its floating. It blends the action of a swim bait with a single tail grub, so you can fish it, you know, on the various rigs, Texas rig, so on and so on, or you can use it as a trailer. So it provides some versatility. All right, so that's the chase baits, curly bait grub. And I don't know if I said, did I say the color on this? It is, I think a sexy shad or worm. They call it worm. I don't know. The color on that is worm. All right, so there you have it. The chase baits, curly bait, $5.99. Next we have X-Zone, the Adrenaline Craw, 4.25 inches. This is a 6-pack. Color on this is California 420. I've never heard of that color either, California 420. Some of you younger guys out there might know what that means. All right, let's take a look at this thing. It's got floating craws, and I want to floating claws. I want to point out that these claws have the these elevated ridges on the end, like kind of like a rage bait, or kind of like the Guggen baits have on theirs. So this is going to promote a lot of fluttering action as it goes down, and then because they are floating, it should, you know, have a nice presentation with those claws just kind of flapping in the water. And you got the appendages here, so there you go. That's the X-Zone Adrenaline Craw 6-pack, going for $5.99. We got some boat action going in the background, guys, so again, I apologize for issues with audio that I'm sure that's creating. All right, next up we have the Thunderhawk Hybrid Diver. Now, I have seen my good friend Bass Boxing Outdoors. I'll put a link down below, actually, on his channel. He is on their pro staff, so he's been demonstrating and showing some of the Thunderhawk stuff, and I'm very, very impressed with it. Very intrigued. Let me go ahead and open it up. I'm sure you can hear that. There we go. Probably should have opened it in advance. All right, as you can see, there are 2 of these already rigged, and then they give you an extra soft replacement tail. But it's a paddle tail with the jig already rigged, and it's got the eyes, a little bit of glitter in the paint. I think this is a green pumpkin, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, we're big fans of green pumpkin. All right. It's got a bottom heavy head, which again, I don't know, what do you mean by bottom heavy head? Obviously the head is heavy because it's lead or tungsten. I think it's lead, but bottom heavy head. All right, well, whatever that means. It imitates, obviously, bait fish. It's got a lot of wiggle in it. There's a piece of hair on it for some reason. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we go. All right. So there you go, the Thunderhawk Hybrid Diver. This is 3/8 ounce, by the way, green pumpkin, 3-pack, going for $2.99. And then the last thing is the Mustad KVD hooks. These are the grip treble hooks, 3-pack, size 4, and as you can see, they are red. Rick talked a little bit about it on his video, that he's a big fan of red hooks, and I am too. So there you go, the Mustad KVD hooks, size 4 trebles, going for $2.50. All right, and with that, guys, we're going to go to our value analysis. Like usual, I'll bring you along with me. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 items in the bag for a value of $51.14, or against a cost of $35.99 for the box, which brings about an added value of $15.15, or a theoretical return on investment of 42.1%. Now, on its face, that's not bad. That's actually respectable. It's not their best, it's not their worst. But it's all predicated on the notion that that Monster Bass Slick Stick is worth 12 bucks. And that's where my problem is. I don't regard it as being worth $12 because that's a premium price. And while I regard the Monster Bass baits to be decent baits, I actually like them. I actually like them quite a bit. That being said, I still don't think they merit $12 price for the Slick Stick. That again is that's like a 6 cents territory. And I think somebody made a comment in my last video on Monster Bass that kind of said it best. This is Monster Bass, not Mega Bass. Now, to their credit, Monster Bass did comment in my last video, and they defended their pricing on that Alex Rugg bait. I think I was very, very hard on them, but I think they earned it. But they came on there and commented and you know, defended the pricing, said they stand by it. And far be it for me to tell anybody how they should price their product. I'm not the guy to tell Rick how to price his baits. I will tell you that as a consumer, if I saw them in Monster Bass for that price, I would walk on by. I simply wouldn't buy it. And, you know, the only way that I'm going to be getting Monster Bass baits, if that's how they're going to be priced, is if they're included in the monthly bag. And so, that being said, when they put them in those bags with those inflated prices and then in turn create the inflated value of the bag, I have an issue with that. I don't object to the bait itself, although some of you guys object to them being in the bag at all. I don't have that problem, but I do have an issue with the valuation. So, rather than repeat myself over and over, I'll invite you guys to comment down below. Tell me what you think. First off, what do you think of the bag itself? The baits in it this month, I think the baits are great. They're going to work great. I do think there's an issue with the valuation. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that. What do you think of the bag itself, the zipper pouch? Give me all your thoughts down below, guys. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up and say one more time, I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you spending time with me today out on the boat. And until we meet again, take care.